Ryan Stevens here with the National Real Estate Post. I want to tell you about a program that my great friends over at Oak Tree Funding are offering right now for you. We've talked about this before. It's called their DSCR loan. Now, if you have 15% to put down, an investor, just 15%, they get a 40-year loan with a 10-year interest-only period. And then after that, it discounts into a 30-year fixed-rate loan. It's a killer loan with very, very aggressively low interest rates. But here's the cool thing. No documentation on this loan at all. Here's what happens. For an investment property, if the rents or the rent survey represents 75% of that mortgage payment, the deal's done. That's it. That's all you have to provide. So for a lender and a real estate agent team, go find investment properties. See if they pencil against the DSCR and reverse engineer this thing, and go find that investor who wants an investment property who's got 15% to put down. These loans write themselves. Search for the investor, not for the property necessarily. Reverse engineer it, and you can make a killing with a DSCR loan with Oak Tree Funding. These guys are great. They also price match everything, which means they're going to offer lower non-QM rates than their competition. Check these guys out. Talk to an account rep. Learn all about their programs. Click this banner right over there. So here's a question, kind of a different take on our show, The National Real Estate Post, but I was just pondering this. So for any businesses with north of 100 employees, they gotta get vaccinated or you're gonna get fired. By the way, I'm neither pro or anti-vax here. This is not what we're talking about. All New York workers need to get vaxxed or you're gonna get fired. Seattle could fire up to 40% of their cops because of the vax shot and not getting it. Now, if you've seen Seattle lately, that sure does sound like a pretty bad idea. Chicago's about to can a bunch of their cops because they're not vaxxed, which is even worse, and LA is not far behind, and how many other cities are going to follow suit with this one? Truth be told, I'm missing a whole bunch of people who are gonna lose their jobs due to vaccines. So the question is, do we need to extend the forbearance period for folks that have lost their jobs due to a federal policy that many believe infringes upon individual liberties? Again, I don't have a dog in this fight. Let's not go down that road. Because you see, if these policies were actually enforced, it would decimate our workforce, and would that put us in another recession? Will this policy thus lead to interest rates remaining artificially low? Keep in mind, all those cargo ships off the coast of Los Angeles right now are out there due to non-vaxxed workers on the docks that are not there to offload your future Christmas presents. Just a question, guys. How is this going to play out? I'd be curious to hear what your opinion is down below in the comments. Now, my thinking is, with a federal policy that will increase unemployment, that could slow our economy, which is already on shaky grounds, higher rates could add to the problem here. So, as this unfolds, we will need to maintain rates at or below 3%. So consider, the Freddie Mac 30-year fixed-rate mortgage rate started 2020 at 3.72%, just 40 basis points off its all-time low, but then it plunged down to 2.65% by the start of this year. That drop in borrowing costs led to all sorts of astounding figures that we've just come to love over the past year, right? The largest quarterly volume of mortgage originations in the history of our country, the most refinances since 2003, the most debt taken on by first-time home buyers on record, and a collective $182 billion of home equity withdrawn during 2022, or an average of about $27,000 for every single household in this country. It was a banner year. That's because we have lower rates. Higher rates and a federally manufactured higher unemployment would bring the one bright spot in our economy, the real estate and mortgage lending space, to a total standstill. Something that we could ill afford at this time, right? But again, what are your thoughts? On a lighter note, if you are a mortgage company and you have a joint venture, a JV, with a real estate company, I want to give you fair warning on this one. The CFPB is looking into the nature of these relationships. Why are they doing this? Well, because real estate brokerages and mortgage lenders have made a killing with joint ventures in 2020. And if you made a killing, by extension, you must have done something wrong. And by that I mean, you must have screwed over a consumer. And as a result, you must pay, so here's a knife, give me your pound of flesh. In short, at this point, with the CFPB's 30 new enforcement attorneys that they just hired, well, let's just say it's time to quit riding the bench, boys. Let's get into the game. Understand, joint ventures are under a microscope right now. So if you have one, watch out. Keep in mind, it's not about what you think is a compliant model anymore. Further and really understand this, it's not about legacy joint venture models, meaning what was okay yesterday is probably not going to be okay tomorrow. So dust off your mortgage company's position based on historic precedents, because that carries no weight with the CFPB right now, and just throw it away. But here is my one pet peeve when it comes to JVs. These joint ventures are all designed for the lender to give money to the real estate broker. Let's just be clear about this and upfront. Let's have a little candor in our conversation here, can we? It's about the real estate company. It's about the mortgage company giving the real estate company money. That's it. So the real estate brokers are the ones who really win here, aren't they? Extra cash for doing what you would have already done. Yet as we know, when the CFPB pulls the trigger, they're coming after the lender. And only the lender. And the real estate broker, well, they're going to skate on any charges. Why? Because the real estate company is outside of the CFPB mandate. And when you think of it, outside of NAR and maybe, but honestly doubtfully, the DOJ, nobody's really looking at compliance as it relates to real estate companies and joint ventures. And finally, according to Redfin, bidding wars on properties are starting to mellow out a little bit. Mellow. Remember that from Cheech and Chong? Mellow. In September, 58.9% of offers written by Redfin agents ended up in bidding wars. The lowest rate so far in 2021, by the way, and nearly on par with September 2020 bidding wars, which were a rate of 58.3%. A month prior, 60.8% of offers written by Redfin agents faced competition. The rate of bidding wars hit a peak in April 2021 when it was at 74.3%. So it's lower now. Less competition, so lenders, clear out your pipelines. This is a perfect time to do it. Call all your pre-approved buyers and call all their agents that have buyer's fatigue right now and let them know now might be the time to start looking at homes again. Who knows? If they go into contract soon, they might get a new home just in time for Christmas, but they won't have any presents because all of those presents are sitting on cargo ships off the coast of Los Angeles because, as we started the show, that stinking COVID vax. Get a great day. Can't wait to see you guys until Monday. Chicken Chow Mein. Later, skaters.